Now, how did you get into rap music? What age were you?
I would have to say maybe around 10, 11. I was listening to a lot of Lil Wayne, of course. That was really my generation's like rap hero, you know what I'm saying? If you ask me. So Wayne and around 8 through 10.
So he inspired you?
Yeah, definitely at first. After that, after he put Drake on, that was just like, all right, Wayne, you got it. But Drake was also a big inspiration to me too, you know what I'm saying? Especially in the beginning of my music career, a lot of my writing.
Have you had a chance to meet either of them?
No, I actually just went to a concert a couple weeks ago in Atlanta, Lil Wayne concert, but not Drake. And I didn't get a chance to meet Wayne either, but.
What'd you think of the Wayne concert?
Oh, it was awesome. Ended too short, you know what I'm saying? We had to go in there and get VIP and all that. Like we had regular tickets and we seen how many people was coming in. We were like, oh no, we gotta go out there, you know what I'm saying? So we could look down on him and like really get into the show.
I see. Now, what would a song with you and Drake or you and Wayne sound like? And which of the two would you rather do a song with?
That's a tough question. That's a very tough question.
But if you had the chance, who would it be? And it's only gonna be one. You only get one feature. Who's it gonna be?
I think I'm gonna go with the legend. I think I'm gonna go with Wayne.
Okay. And how would he do the hook? Would you let him
get on
a verse?
Get on the verse. I'd probably take the hook.
Now, how many years would you say at this point you've been perfecting your craft for?
About going on 2 years. I think my 2-year mark.
Do you remember your first rap or what you were rapping about back then?
No. But I don't remember none of my old school raps. I mean, I've had iPhones on top of iPhones with notes. Like, I lost my iPhone 4. That had, like, my life in it. But then my iPhone 5, I actually still have my iPhone 5C, so I have a lot of things in there.
You didn't have the iPhone tracking device turned on, the Find My iPhone app?
No, see, what happened was I had already jumped off the iPhone 4 wave. This is when the 5 was popping, and I just misplaced it. And just then I moved, and then storage, and then all that, it's gone.
Now, when you're in the studio, top 3 things you need in the studio?
Definitely need to be high.
Okay.
Definitely need to be high and about a shot or two of Hennessy.
High using marijuana?
Oh, definitely marijuana. Definitely marijuana.
Which strain?
Sour. Sour is my favorite, but you know, I'm from up north, so.
That makes sense. Now, that's only 2 things. What's the third thing? You said you need to be high, maybe a shot or 2.
Yeah, let's see. Maybe a couple good vibes. Not too many people in the studio, you know what I'm saying? I really don't like family in the studio too much. Because one thing with family, like your mom or, you know, anything like that, they have a lot of criticisms, or maybe not even criticism, ideas, you know? So I rather those ideas or criticisms like after I finish the track, you know what I'm saying? So I could just be like, okay, well, let's just see what somebody else thinks about it. But in the moment when they're at the studio, it's just like, damn, should I go with what I said or should I go with what they said? So now it just kind of like fucks up the vibe. So I'm real picky about who comes to the studio or, you know, shit like that.
Now, are you doing both at the same time? Are you drinking and smoking at the same time, or is it one or the other, or?
Oh, nah, most of the studios I go to, we can't smoke inside, so I'll probably go smoke outside real quick. Might not even finish it, let whoever else is in the rotation hit, then go inside, take a shot, and go right in the studio.
Now, what does smoking or drinking do for you exactly when you're in the studio?
Now, I don't really drink like that, you know what I'm saying, much, but drinking definitely gives you that confidence, you know what I'm saying? Drinking is, I mean, liquor is that liquid courage, you know what I'm saying? So, and marijuana just opens up my creativity.
Have you made music or recorded music sober, not under the influence of either?
Barely.
Okay, more often than you're not, you're under the influence.
Right.
What's the difference you notice in like your sober raps versus your under the influence raps?
I'm not focused on it for as long as I should be. I might come across like a point where I don't know what I'm gonna say or how I wanna switch the flow and then just give up. But if I'm high or drunk, I'm like, yo, I'm in the zone right now, you know, so I just pick up another flow or I know what I'm gonna say.
Craziest studio story if you have one?
Not too many. I met Jazzy Faye at one of his artists, Alexis Renee, one of her single opening parties at the studio. Okay. So that was cool. Another incident is when I was in the studio with my boy. I had walked out the booth for a minute, and my boy was in there, and he was listening to a beat, my boy With It, another upcoming artist. He was listening to this beat that his boy had made. And as soon as I walked back in there, I heard the beat while I was outside the booth, but when I walked back in there, I just started moving my head. I was like, yo, all I can hear is that way, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then when I started putting words to it, next thing you know, it was a song. So now me and him have a song called That Way. And yeah, so it was pretty crazy.
Now, what's your recording process like? You kind of previewed it a little bit when you said you had a lot of stuff in your phone, so I imagine you write. Right. But I'm still going to ask you this question anyways. What is your recording process like? Are you writing pen and pad on the phone, or are you freestyling and punching in?
I am definitely more so the writer, come in there and knock out a song an hour, and complete, like. But other than that, I'll go and punch in, like, you know what I'm saying? Say I didn't finish a song, I didn't finish writing. I'll do the punch in thing just to get my practice up, because, you know, that's what everybody's doing right now.
The new generation of rappers, yes, that's what they're doing. Yeah.
Definitely.
Now, from start to finish, what's the average time you spend on a song?
Well, how my producer is, shout out Jiggy, man, he is just like, he'll send me a beat like 2-3 times in a day, so I be like writing to this song right here, and I was like, okay, all right, I can't write no more to this. I'm gonna go to this song. You know what I'm saying? I'll start here, and then so I have a shitload of, I won't say a shitload, but I have a few songs I haven't finished, you know what I'm saying? Especially for this new project I'm working on, but it's coming together.
Most songs you recorded in one studio session?
6 in 6 hours.
That's like an EP.
Yeah.
Now, what happens when you get writer's block, and that's the moment where you get stuck on an idea or stuck in the middle of the song and you're having a hard time finishing it?
I either jump to another song, walk away from it, then come back, and that usually helps. And just try not to get discouraged about it, because one thing about it, like once you put your mind to like, damn, I don't know what else I'm gonna write to this, it's just like, damn, you ain't gonna have nothing else to write to this. You know what I'm saying? So.
What's the longest you worked on a song and ended up finishing it?
Probably, I could stretch them out, like I said, because I work on like a good 3 songs, you know what I'm saying, at a time, so it'd probably be like a week, a week, you know what I'm saying? And if I really try to finish a song, it'll happen in a couple hours.
Now, I'm sure you come across a variety of beats. Has there been any beat that you received that you passed on that became a bigger song for somebody else?
No, not yet. I have heard a few samples that sound exactly like how, you know what I'm saying, my producer Jiggy did it. Like, you know, everybody can use, you know what I'm saying, the sample is a sample, but when it sounds exactly like, you know what I'm saying, and when the bass comes in at the same time and the claps come in at the same time, I've heard that, but I mean, you know, you can't prove those type of things, so.
What's the realest song you ever wrote so far in your, or spoke, because you do punch in, what's the realest song you ever wrote or spoke in your whole catalog of music so far that's been released that somebody can actually go check out right now if they wanted to?
I would say Boy Meets World 1 and 2. Boy Meets World,
That's a song?
Yeah, Boy Meets World 1, and I have 2 as well.
Okay, a part 2.
Yeah, yeah.
And what's that about?
Well, I usually drop a Boy Meets World before I drop a mixtape. So before the first mixtape, I dropped Boy Meets World 1. Now the first mixtape was Boy Meets World, The Breakup, and that was kind of just like going through a breakup, you know what I'm saying, situation, so type of mixtape. And this one I'm working on now is called Boy Meets World, Wake Up Lil Corey. You probably wonder why I'm using, you know what I'm saying, Boy Meets World, but it was kind of like a show that taught me about relationships, you know what I'm saying, whether it was girlfriend and boyfriend, friendships, or in your family. So at a young age, I was just watching that, you know what I'm saying, binge watching, you know what I'm saying, from Martin to Boy Meets World. But yeah, so that's why I kind of went with that, because, you know, it's kind of like life. So you'll hear people, you know what I'm saying, or I call myself Corey, you know what I'm saying, but I spell it with a K, so I go by Corey Matthews sometimes, kind of my persona. That's how you see the Boy Meets World hat. And Yeah, so Boy Meets World 2, or Boy Meets World Wake Up Lil Corey. Wake Up Lil Corey is actually, I think, the second episode in the second season, something like that. It was in 94. It dropped in 94. So I was like, I guess I'll use that. And it just made sense, you know what I'm saying? I was, from the breakup to a wake up, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of like, it's kind of going to be like the wake up, you know what I'm saying, after that.
What would you do if you met Tapanga right now?
The real Tapanga, because I call my girlfriend Tapanga. So, I mean, I would say...
She still looks good.
Yeah, she does.
Have you seen pictures of her
she does.
since the show?
I'll probably just introduce myself. I'll be like, I'm the real Corey Matthews now.
Would you be starstruck?
Would I be starstruck? Nah, I feel like it's kind of hard for me to be starstruck. Like, kind of like stunned, you know what I'm saying? If you would really want to use starstruck, I don't know, I kind of try to act real normal, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just so they're comfortable and I don't feel like some sort of, you know.
No, but you know how it is when you watch a show so many times.
Yeah.
And you see somebody pop out in real life, it's like, whoa.
So Tapanga, yeah, that might be one of those.
Like she just peeled the corner randomly and it's like, wow, this is really...
Yeah, she got lips and that's not for a white girl, especially in the 90s.
Risk versus reward. What's the biggest risk you took for your music career so far?
I moved to Atlanta. That was probably one of my biggest risks, amongst other small ones. But that was probably my biggest. I say that because I was sheltered at home, you know? Like when my mom lived with my mom, I could have easily been saving my money, living in my mom's house, you know what I'm saying? Just getting a car and doing whatever the hell I wanted, you know what I'm saying? But I just seen something different for myself, you know what I'm saying? I was like, let me just go step out into the real world real quick, you know what I'm saying? Let her focus on my little sister and get her all together, you know what I'm saying? Let them have that bonding time and then I'll be back. But yeah, that was probably the biggest. And when I say amongst the rest of the small, I would probably say like spending money on studio time, you know what I'm saying? Really when I don't have it, but I know that I need this music, you know what I'm saying? So.
Was it worth it?
Oh yeah, like the songs I have, I mean, my first mixtape.
No, the move to Atlanta.
Oh, the move to Atlanta, definitely worth it. Like I said, it's just the place to be right now. It's almost like the New York is kind of what they're calling it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you know, in the 90s through the early millennium, like that's where hip hop and, you know what I'm saying, music, you just be able to walk into a record studio and it'd just be like, let me hear what you got, you know what I'm saying? You had to spit that, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's a little harder now, but it's definitely compared to New York in that sense.
Proudest accomplishment so far in your music career?
Proudest accomplishment? I performed. I've never performed before, and I finally, like I said earlier, got a chance to do that at the early show a couple months back. So I think that'll probably be so far, my proudest accomplishment.
Biggest failure so far in your music career? Biggest flop?
And this, I mean, this would be my biggest one, but I still wouldn't really even call it a fail or flop. But my first mixtape, The Breakup, I recorded it on my own. You know, it was like one or two songs that a good friend, Travis Cherry, had helped me record. But most of that time he was being like, kind of like a teacher, you know what I'm saying? So he was just like, he'd go to either work or whatever or school, and I'd just be at the studio for like 12 hours, you know, and he'd just be like, you know what I'm saying, I'll be able to FaceTime him while he's in class, while he was taking up a class for something else. And I FaceTime him and be like, yo, Trav, how you do this? How you do this? And he'd teach me how to do it. But I had to do some of those songs on my own. So The Breakup sounds, the words are awesome, you know what I'm saying? The words will get you through, you know what I'm saying? If you going through a breakup, it'll get you through that time. But the quality and how it sounds just wasn't really the best, you know what I'm saying? I think I had the volume turned up too much, like, you know what I'm saying, booming on the outside of the booth, and it was vibrating through the, you know what I'm saying, the actual booth. So you could hear all that vibrating coming through like the mic, so.
You call your girl Tapanga in real life?
Huh?
You call your girl Tapanga in real life?
Yeah, that's what she said down in my phone. Some of my friends call her that, you know what I'm saying? She got the long natural hair, you know what I'm saying? So go down her back, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what was your favorite episode too, by the way, Boy Meets World?
Favorite episode?
One? Or one that just sticks out that you just...
Probably when when Sean was feeling like, Sean was kind of feeling like he couldn't be like around Corey, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he felt like he should be around the bad kids because he grew up in a trailer park, you know what I'm saying? And Corey really had to come to him on some real nigga shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this ain't you, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I done had to come to some friends like that, you know what I'm saying? So that's another reason, well, that's the main reason why, you know what I'm saying, I go by this whole Boy Meets World thing, because like, it's literally like life, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a kid's show, and you know what I'm saying? Not really a kid's show anymore, but you know, like it went from Disney, I think, to, what is it, ABC Family, you know what I'm saying? Just because they grew up and started talking a little bit more, like grown up, I guess. So.
Oh yeah, they did a reboot, right?
Yeah, well, no, they did do Girl Meets World. That was corny. That got turned off. That got turned off. I mean, I watched like one episode just to see like how.
But they brought some of the old characters back.
Yeah, like Sean and all them. Yeah, they were in
grown-ups.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It got canceled?
It got canceled.
Oh, it didn't do good. Now, what's the biggest misconception of you? What's one thing people think about you, but it's not true?
A lot of people, like, they hear me sing, so they'll want me to be like a singer. And then others will hear me rap and be like, yo, son, you went hard, you know what I'm saying? So you should rap. So a lot of people really don't know what they really want to hear from me, you know what I'm saying? So I just give them both.
Craziest rumor you heard about yourself?
There's people out there catfishing people with me, like with my face and my profile pictures. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like for like the past maybe 5 to 7, I think, how many years ago was that? I'd say about 7 years ago, like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody hit me up saying like, yo, I thought this was you, you know what I'm saying? This, that, and other females, you know what I'm saying? Really being hurt, talking to this guy for like three months or so, you know what I'm saying? And then it's just not being me, you know what I'm saying? So that's, I really don't, I just seen that as a rumor, sort of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't really hear or think of a rumor that someone has said about me or that I've heard through the grapevine. But that catfish shit is pretty wild.
Do you think that could ever put you in danger, the catfish stuff?
Not me. Maybe the people that they're like trying to trap. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. He's going out there by, I think, what is it, Damari Graham or something like that? Because he knows I like Drake. You know what I'm saying? How he been doing his research for all this long time, you know, for this whole, I guess, 7 years. And he's been doing his research. So he goes by Damani Graham on like some shit. You know what I'm saying? I think he changed his name now, but yeah, either way. Like last year, somebody just hit me up and was just talking about that shit. Like, yeah, I've been talking to this guy for 3 months and it's not you. Yeah, it's not.
Wow. Now, what question do you hate to answer?
I don't really think I have a question that I hate to answer.
You're an open book?
Yeah, I'm pretty open.
Do you care what people think of you?
No.
Why not? Some people do care.
I don't know. I've always been like, had a high, I wouldn't say a high self-esteem, because I've had, you know what I'm saying, everybody's had their little lows, but I've never really cared because I always felt like, in a sense, I was going to be that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was going to be someone, so I just never really cared, you know what I'm saying? And I never really heard too much either, like, you know what I'm saying? I've never really heard any bad things about me for me to have to defend.
I see. What about music-wise? Do you care what people think?
Slick, a little bit. I mean, not really though. It's in the same book, because honestly, I was just in the barbershop. I just got myself well, not got myself. I came across a barber who barbers at his house, and he's real good. So I go to him a lot, and I play my music for him, and one thing that his boy was saying, like, he was like, all right, man, I've heard you say like 3 occasions, because I was trying to fit in the whole time, like, yeah, I do music. We were talking about music. It's actually a couple hours before I went to that Wayne concert. And he was like, man, a lot of people sit in that chair, and my barber name is Sleep. He was like, tell him Sleep, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people sit in that chair and say they do music. And when I tell them to pass over that phone and they play that music, and I have to tell them that, you know, it ain't that, they be disappointed. And I looked at him, I said, bruh, before he could even finish his sentence, I was like, bro, I need that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need that criticism. You know what I'm saying? So I know what I have to work on, or not even that. Like, criticism doesn't even necessarily mean you have to work on something after somebody criticizes you. You know what I'm saying? That's just their opinion. But even then, I don't need people telling me all the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this is good. Now, if you really feel that way, then fine. But it's always good to hear those 1 or 2 people, you know what I'm saying, that tell you, because not everybody's going to like your music. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of this, the songs, couple songs, you know what I'm saying, he was like, nah, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, you that. You know what I'm saying? So.
What are your keys to success?
Keys to success. I would have to say focus. I would only have one key, and that would be to focus. Like, I've lost my track of, you know what I'm saying, focus a few times, but then I'm on this, like, this path right now where, like, nothing can knock me off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nothing.